French ambassador to Ireland, Vincent Guerend, has taken to Twitter to gloat about ferry routes between the Republic of Ireland and France in an attempt to demonstrate strengthened ties between Paris and Dublin. In his tweet, the head of the French mission to Dublin said, "A very concrete link between our two countries. We now have more than 44 weekly sailings between Cork, Dublin, Rosslare and French ports." The Irish Embassy in Paris back in 2019 stated a similar claim, going further by stating France was its closest neighbor. Tweeting from Paris, the Irish tweet read, "With over 30 sailings on 3 maritime routes operated by 4 ferry companies, direct travel by sea from Ireland to France, our closest neighbor, couldn't be easier." It concluded with the hashtag #BrexitBuster. The tweets have been interpreted by some as a direct message proving that Britain is being bypassed between France and Ireland following Brexit. Some praised the announcement hoping the routes would increase, claiming the routes were critical. Paul Croft, 56, said, "And hopefully that number will increase even more over the coming years. Good connections between Ireland and France are critical for Ireland and, hopefully, good also for France." Just 3 weeks ago, Mr. Guerend appeared in the Galway Advertiser backing the claim of neighbourly love between the French and Irish. Stating that a new Franco-Irish relationship is already off to a good start, both diplomatically and in terms of trade, the ambassador was keen to point out just how good the relationship was, taking a stab at Brexit in the process. He said, "There is a new neighborhood. Since January 1, Ireland and France discovered that they became the closest neighbors in the EU, and we want to tell the Irish people that we are your closest neighbor." Speaking of the UK, Mr. Guerend went on to say, "All member states have had to reposition themselves and work with each other without the UK, and we French are glad to compare more notes with the Irish government." Speaking in more detail of the shipping routes, the ambassador said, "We have moved from having 11 weekly ship rotations between Irish and French ports to having 44. In a direct snub to London, he went on to say, "Goods and lorries have tremendously increased, and this is the best illustration of this new neighborhood and how Irish goods can bypass land bridge, and avoid the queues and administrative hurdles, and go directly to the rest of the single market, via a direct route." France and Ireland enjoy around €11 million of trade per year, with around 15,000 people in Ireland employed by French companies. However, a low corporation tax in Ireland has caused the French to raise the question as to whether this is too low. The ambassador said, "In the EU, there are few pockets left where you can say it is an internal matter, as we have signed up to treaties and are pooling our sovereignty, including on currency and foreign policy, so it's hard to say that a taxation policy is just a domestic issue. It is a European issue." The rhetoric on sovereignty and the inability to choose internal policies are precisely why those arguing that in favour of Brexit state that leaving the EU and its bureaucracy is best for Britain's national interests.